Hi, I'm Dana Cox, and we're at the North American Veterinary Conference here in beautiful Orlando, Florida, where thousands of veterinarians and veterinary students have gathered to learn the latest techniques in veterinary care. Today, we're going to do a special report on raw diets. So, come on inside. Let's go see what they have to say. When we're talking about diet, do you have any concerns with heavily laden grain-based diets, diets that have additives or preservatives in them?
Usually when I'm talking to my patients about their diet, I want them to be fed something that the animal's body should be digesting. And for dogs and cats, that's more meat-based diets rather than grain.
I always recommend that you never use foods with artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And the closer you can get to a regular diet that matches what's in the wild, then the better off you'll be.
Well, I think nutrition, just like on the human side, is the foundation of wellness. And that's one of the first things I address in my practice.
I have a holistic practice, and I see a lot of chronic disease. A lot of patients come to me on referrals who have been everywhere, and for some reason they're not getting better. There's something missing that's stopping them from healing. And in my experience, the missing ingredient is nutrition.
When would you use a raw diet for a patient?
Usually raw diets are appropriate for your young, active patients, competition patients. I usually think of my agility patients.
Some animals are going to do better on raw diets. Some are going to do better on home-cooked diets. I usually will recommend, home-prepared diets, either raw or cooked.
Raw diet is the best diet for canine and feline.
And how do you feel about a homemade diet versus a diet that is pre-prepared, a sort of manufactured frozen raw diet?
Between the two of them, if the manufactured diet is a complete diet with everything in it or with the additives that come with it that you can mix in, those often are better than the homemade diet, because the first thing the owner does is tends to think that supplements aren't important, there's not very much of them in there, so let's just leave them out, or they run out.
I tell my clients that the most important thing to remember when feeding a raw food diet is balancing phosphorus and calcium. So you can't just feed meat that has no bones in it. So we have to have some meat that has bones in it, because if there's a calcium and phosphorus imbalance, then the patient's not going to get better, and it's going to only harm the patient and not help it.
What conditions in particular would you say benefit from a raw diet?
When I see a patient, I assess their body condition. So when I see dry skin, chronic skin issues, even cancer patients, even patients that have musculoskeletal pain, a lot of the root of these problems are in inadequate nutrition. So I would say that most of my patients I put on a cooked or raw food diet.
I have both a dog and a cat patient that kind of pulled me over into the raw a little bit, because with both of them, all the commercial diets didn't work. The only thing that kept them under control was heavy doses of corticosteroids, which gave them a lot of side effects. And with going to a raw diet, we were able to wean them off gradually off of the steroids.
I have many cases in my practice where just switching the diet alone from a grain-based diet to a non-grain diet, and preferably a raw diet, has helped, particularly skin issues, liver problems, kidney problems. So
That's great. So you're a proponent of raw diet then?
very much so.
You believe a good idea is to speak to a veterinarian who has some experience?
Absolutely. I think you need to have a veterinarian who's trained in all of your dietary options to find out what's right for your animal.
I do think it's something that people need guidance on doing, and you're best not to just, go on the internet and look at the first raw diet that you see and prepare it. I think you should really get information from holistic veterinarians who know how to do this.
So there you have it, everyone. We talked to many veterinarians today about raw diet, and it seems it does have benefits for many dogs and cats. It definitely has a place in animal nutrition. This has been Dana Cox for Animal Wellness TV. Thanks for watching.